My soul needed a savage friend, a weird daredevil, but do you mend? My life became a dead end. Big C got me on the wrong track. Fought the cancer in a cul-de-sac. Lean says bite back. On life's jacked racetrack we react. Lacking the cool, but we lean and we loo.
I feel like I've got crumbs on my face. 안녕하세요. 저는 루입니다. I've just eaten banana bread and I feel like I've got food everywhere.
안녕하세요. 저는 리안입니다. I've just heard the clinking of people walking in with millions of dishes, so they better all shut up.
Okay, today we are going to do some IU again. We're going to do like a slower song of hers, which is, I think, what is it, Lean? I kind of like got distracted for a second.
It says My C live clip from the 2022 IU concert, The Golden Hour.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at, My C. I've heard a lot of people recommend My C to us. So we don't know much about it, but yeah, we're going to check the lyrics out and we're going to check out the live performance and just see what it's about. So
Yes. I'm just getting my lyrics up before we press play. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm also going to put my lyrics up quick. Okay.
시간이 지나도 아물지 않는 일들이
Ooh, she looks so pretty.
Oh, she looks gorgeous.
내가 날 온전히 사랑하지 못해서 마음이 가난한 밤이야. 거울 속에 마주친 얼굴이 어색해서 습관처럼 조용히 눈을 감아 밤이 되면 서둘러 내일로 가고 싶어 수많은 소원 아래 매일 다른 꿈을 꾸던 아이는 그렇게 오랜 시간 겨울에 가다려고 아팠던 걸까 쌓이는
Her voice is always so haunting when she does songs like this. She looks like a princess. She looks like royalty standing up there.
She's insanely beautiful and elegant, and that voice, I have just goosebumps from that. Like, how does she do that? She's so powerful with her voice. It's unbelievable. I also like the way they've set up the stage because they have the live band on the one side, then they have at the top an orchestra, which is shaded off, and then on the other side they've got some more musicians on the other side as well.
Yeah, so they're framing her in the middle.
They say that an IU concert is exceptionally well done, like it's beautifully done the way. I mean, it must be harder as a solo artist to have like a venue concentrate on you for like an entire concert and try and design it so that you never like lose the interest of your audience. You know what I mean? Both aesthetically and visually, and you know. So
okay, are you ready?
Ready.
하루만큼 더 멀어져 우리는 화해할 수 없을 것 같아
Wow.
아지지 않을 것 같아 어린 날 내 맘엔 영원히 가물지 않는 바다가 있었지 이제는 흔적만이 남아 희미한 그곳엔 설렘으로 차오르던 나의 숨소리
That audience is massive.
It is. I was just trying to look at the lyrics there to see what it is that she's singing about.
Yeah, let's look at the lyrics.
Because it sounds like a very sort of like emotive like song, but not in a sad way. So I was just wondering what it was actually about.
Yeah. I think
It,
it's the difference between her young self and her older
I was going to
self.
say that it sounds like a coming of age type of song where she's talking about what she was like when she was young compared to now that she's matured. Like it's
Yeah,
talking about
definitely.
losing herself along the way and then finding herself again.
Yeah,
I guess it's about growing up,
it
about
is.
taking challenges and then trying to figure out who you are. Because I feel like as children, it's a weird thing. As children, we seem to know who we are instinctively. We're very true to ourselves. We're very impulsive. We do things to make ourselves happy without question. And then somehow through like puberty, we lose our identity and we lose like we're too influenced by outside forces, by people telling us how we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be. And then when you get into like your 20s and then your 30s, it's like you start to rediscover that child within you. And that song kind of summarizes this.
That is exactly correct. Like you hit the nail on the head. I also feel like you start getting fear of judgment when you're in your 20s.
Yes.
You start worrying. Well, it actually starts in your teen years, but like when you're like under the age of like 12, you don't care. But then
Mm.
you start thinking, oh, people are going to think I'm weird, or people are going to think I'm silly, or people are going to think I'm ugly, or people are going to think, and you start, all of that affects every decision you make until, as you said, you get to a stage in life where you don't care what people think anymore. It's so weird that like most people go through that cycle.
I think as well in your teens and 20s, you also, there's a level that you never experienced when you're a child. And that's when you get to like hormones and love and romance. And then you have like the influences of like bad relationships or like there's getting crushes on people and like there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in your teens and 20s that basically set you up to ruin your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Ruin
It's so
your
true.
confidence, to like make you doubt everything about yourself, and you try to fit yourself into a mold that other people create for you, and then you get to your 30s and you realize I'm not happy because I'm
Yeah.
not me, I'm not authentic. And I feel like this song kind of, it's the journey of going through all of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like the pre chorus where she says, the sound of my breath that was filled with excitement and the breeze blowing above my head. I want to become a wave and run anywhere. Being a little scared, I slowly open my eyes. It
She
must
wants to go
also
back
be,
to being her authentic child self.
yeah, it must be scary being an idol suddenly with such big success as well. Because you
Especially
have
when
to,
she was that young as well. She's basically grown up in the public eye through the worst years. The years when you're going to be going through so much self doubt.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, I like that this song. It also always reminds me of kids find beauty in everything, like an ant crawling along the grass or a flower or something that adults don't notice. They have that attention to detail when they're small, and then you lose all of that. You lose that. You stop looking for beauty as you get older. You take sunsets and sunrises for granted. You think you're going to live for a while, and only when you get much older do you then get back to that gratitude again. So
Yeah, you get so caught up in the superficial when you're teens and 20s, and then you come back to appreciating things again in your 30s.
yeah. I think for me as well with the cancer is that gave me the biggest shock. I'd have to say the cancer was soul changing because I went from worrying about silly things that shouldn't even bother you, and as IU mentions in her song, you worry about body image, self image, how people see you. You lose yourself. You become this person who's trying to fit into society, and then like when I got the cancer diagnosis, all of that fell away. I just went from being, it wasn't like I grown superficial, but I just worried about things that should never be worried about. And then I realized, and at the time just before I got the cancer, I lost a job 2 days before Christmas, and I was battling to find another job. And that to me was like the biggest, darkest moment until I got the cancer. And then when I got the cancer, I was like, losing a job isn't that bad. It's bad because you have to pay the bills, but you can make a plan. There's other things in life that are way scarier and can just, health is the most important thing. And trying to take care of yourself and not dying. So yeah, I kind of like, I must say that although as bad as the cancer has been, it's made me want to really live, like actually live life, not just sit closeted in my house or live a life that I think I should be living. It makes you want to live the life you should be living authentically.
Exactly. I agree with that. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
소리와 머리 위로 선선히 부는 바람 파도가 되어 어디로든 달려가고 싶어 작은 두려움 아래 천천히 두 눈을 뜨면 세상은 그렇게 모든 순간 내게로 오는 것이 선물이 되고 숱하게 의심하던 넌 그제야 나에게 대답할 수 있을 것 같아
Wow.
소나무의 기억이 나를 부르고 있어 아주 오랜 시간 동안 잊고 있던 목소리에
거슬러 나 돌아가
내 안에 바다가 태어난 곳으로 휩쓸려 길을 잃어도
She's so much like the Celine Dion or the Whitney Houston of Korea, you know. she hits those notes every time. Damn.
She's good. It's her voice. I think her voice does a lot more than you think it does. Like the sound of her voice, it's so haunting that even when she's singing in a relaxed manner, it sounds like it gives you so much more than just a regular singer singing in the same key. I think her voice does a lot for her. It suits her, and it's that kind of tone that you associate with like angels and choir singers. And I think that's what does it. That makes it feel more emotive and makes it feel like more beautiful. It's the tone of her voice. Like she doesn't even need to power note. If she didn't power note and she just sung a straight up song, she would still sound exceptional. I think she's just got a beautiful voice.
She does. She's very captivating, that voice. Like it's like a siren, I guess. Like I guess
Yeah.
if like a siren had to sound like something, it would sound like IU.
Funnily enough, whenever they've used sirens in movies, it's always a voice similar to this they use as the haunting song. So yeah, it's definitely the tone of her voice that adds to the wow factor to everything she sings. She's lucky she's got such a beautiful voice.
So I've read somewhere that when you're at a concert, the voice just punches you in your soul. It's like extremely, and to do that for such a massive stadium must be amazing. Has anyone been to her concerts? Obviously, there are IU fans in here that have. And what is it like listening to her in person? Because I imagine it must be breathtaking to watch.
I feel like she's got the kind of tone and key that she sings in that in a massive stadium with it being amplified, it would be even more haunting. It would like penetrate the air around you just because of the key in which she sings.
I totally agree. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful song. It's very sentimental, this song.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely about... I've noticed quite a lot of the times that we watch her videos, she seems to speak to girls growing up and tries to be like a comfort to them and tries to make them understand that their path is, that they're not alone. She's the voice of women. She speaks to other women.
She does. I totally agree. I know she's got a lot of male fans as well, but I feel like some of her songs definitely speak about the experience of growing up as a young woman and finding your place, you know.
She's very poetic with her lyrics, though, because even though we can identify that this is a song about growing up as a woman, it's done in such a way where she never is specific. She always leaves
Yeah.
enough vagueness in her lyrics that a guy could read this and relate to this as in going through the hardships of puberty of being a teenage boy. Like,
Yes.
she always does it in such a poetic way that there's never a specific thing in the song that makes you go, that's what it's about. It's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes her good for all genders of fans, because there's nothing ever to point that this is for a girls only kind of song. This could
Yeah.
just be the experience of youth.
I totally agree with that. And I also think she has a certain kindness to her that comes through in every song. She's never mean about herself, even when she's examining and criticizing herself. She always tries to project that image of being kind to yourself, being kind to others, trying to just have an honorable journey in life.
I think I read somewhere that her boyfriend that she's seeing actually said in an interview that she taught him how to be kinder as a person. And I thought
Oh,
that was a really sweet thing for him to say that he liked about her, that she taught him how to be kinder.
that's so sweet. I wish them luck. That's really
Okay, you
lovely.
ready?
Yeah.
자유로워 더 이상 내가 원하는 어둠의 눈감지
Wow. Pause.
She had to force that last wee bit out there. She was running out of air.
That was an insane note. That's insane. Oh my gosh. That's
She seemed
insane.
happy that she got that all out, like she was supposed to.
She's like,
It was a wee self-praise at the end, like, I did it.
she did definitely. I was laughing at that too. Okay.
Yeah, she's so funny. She's
She's so cute.
Yeah, she is.
She's got that
Right.
little attitude always.
She does.
Oh,
Right, you ready?
yeah. Shout out to the orchestra.
다시 날
Oh.
모른 척하지
She would do so well at a Disney song. Is some more coming?
It looks like it.
Oh, it's so cool, that effect.
That right there is our Korean Disney princess.
Truly. That dress is beautiful.
It is.
Oh, I like the split.
그럼에도 여전히 가끔은 삶에게 지는 날들도
Oh,
있겠지 또다시 헤매일지라도 돌아오는 길을 알아
oh, it made me emotional. Oh, it made me emotional. How does she do that at the end of every MV and every song? She just kicks
Because
you
she
one
knows
last
she
time.
can.
Oh, that made me emotional. What was
It's for
that
the
last line
soft
she
people
said?
like you.
Oh, what is that last line that she said there? I want to see what she
Even
said.
if I get lost again, I know my way back.
Oh, I
Oh,
need a moment.
she's such a, I'm trying to think of the right term. She's like a life guru, but for, it's bigger than that. She's like one of these influences in life that like leaves their mark, like Mother Teresa, only singing. Do you need a tissue? Oh, girl.
That last line broke me.
You should write it somewhere. Yeah, it should be your motivation line.
I'll put it in a t-shirt, I think. I think it just hits close to home with my own situation. I've been very lost, you know that, in the last few years. So, like, more lost than I have in my whole lifetime. So, I'm just trying to find myself and get back to myself, and I'm doing well. But Lean's helped a lot.
Lee beats it out of you.
She does. Oh, yeah, I think it's just been. I'm just trying to get my head above water. Everything just keeps happening to me, one thing after the other, and like I definitely lost myself since moving to America, and that's why. It's not the fact that I moved to America, but it's one of the reasons why I'm moving away from America. So,
I'm
I
not
mean,
going to make any jokes. I'm just going to be quiet.
I live in a beautiful place. There's nothing wrong with where I live. It's just not me. So, it's
You'll be much
bad juju.
happier in South Korea.
I will be.
Ashley will actually visit you.
Yeah, you're like, come visit Lou in Utah? Nah.
You're like, I'm boycotting America. No, thank you very much.
I mean, Utah is one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's just, if your soul isn't in a place, it doesn't help. So if
Yeah,
it brings you bad luck consistently, you're like, the universe is telling me this place is screwing me over.
true.
Oh,
And the universe has been telling you for how long have I known you? About 2 years, maybe, that you should
3 years.
move to South Korea. 3 years.
Yes.
That was the universe telling you that. That wasn't me.
Lean helping the universe, but yeah.
Lean, like, if you lived there, you could send me my Asian food that I can't get online. If you lived there, you can send me the stuff from Daiso that I can't get online. If you lived there, I would visit.
But like in all fairness, talking about that is always I don't believe like you can have like you can believe in a god, or you could be Christian, or you could be Buddhist, or you could be wherever you come from. I firmly believe that there's a life energy that lives around you and lives in the universe around you that steers you in the right direction. And I firmly believe that if you go against that, it doesn't help you at all, because I kind of feel like you should look at the signs. If you're in a life where you may be with the wrong person, and every time you try and do something nice or try something messes up, like just an example of me
We're
was
talking
like,
about karma, girl. You are a believer of karma.
yeah, it's true. And and if you ignore all those signs, like, yeah, don't ignore the signs. That's all I'm saying. I could go into this for hours, but yeah, just make sure that if something's telling you that something's not right, listen to that inner voice. So
Exactly. We are all born with very strong gut instincts. Women, especially. Women have
yeah,
like a sixth sense that's so strong, and many of us don't listen to it.
we don't.
Like
We
many of us, I mean, not me. I totally listen to my sixth sense.
yes, we just go forward. We're hoping things will suddenly become good, or you can fix someone, or something in your life can be
Don't
fixed.
do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
If it involves work, don't do it. Like,
I,
yeah,
I think it
take
was
the easy route.
Yeah, I think it was Sugar from BTS that said once a fan asked him and said, "Oh, like I keep trying and trying and trying at a dream and failing. Like, what should I do?" And he's like, "Well, maybe that's not the dream for you," kind of thing.
Well,
Like, it's okay to give up. And I think he even wrote a song about that. It's okay to walk away from something. Just because you've set your mind on it doesn't mean that it's set in stone and that's the path you have to travel in life. It really
There's a
isn't.
Scottish saying, I don't know if it's like a saying from other places, but there's a Scottish saying, if it's meant for you, it won't go by you, which just basically is what you said. If it's what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be, it doesn't matter how many times you reject it or try to walk away from it, it'll keep coming back to you. It'll keep coming back because it's your destiny. So yeah, if it's meant for you, it won't go by you. And if
Yeah.
it's not for you, no matter how hard you climb for it, reach for it, chase it, it's always going to be elusive. So, relax a little, go with the flow, trust your
Exactly.
gut,
Trust your gut and listen to IU.
and listen to Lean, because Lean knows
Listen to
best.
Lean.
Lean always knows.
Miss Worldwide.
Worldwide
Fabulous.
epic.
Worldwide epic. Now, I have to say, in all seriousness, Lean is my bestie, and she has been such a godsend for me.
Mystic Lean.
She has. She's been like without Lean, I don't know if I would have gotten through cancer. So I'm just saying. So
Oh, so now I'm the battler of cancer too.
you are. You need a T-shirt now.
The Mystic Lean battler of cancer. That I don't have.
Oh no, that was a really beautiful song. That's going on
It
my
was.
playlist for sure. So I want really enjoy that. I'm not sure when I'll listen to it. Like I'll put it in my main playlist, but I think it'll be when I'm feeling sentimental, when I'm feeling like I want to reflect on life. Then that's like a song that I would definitely be playing. So
Yeah, it's too softly and nicely for me. I'll just appreciate it on your playlist whenever you're playing it.
yeah, when I'm playing it in Korea, it's
Yeah.
a song that I would like to play if I ever got to Korea and sat on a beach and just chilled, because it is
Really? That's beach
appropriately
music
called.
to you?
Yeah, it's like misty, cold, grey beach music to me.
Why would you be on the beach when it's misty and cold and grey?
Because the Korean beaches are unpredictable as far as weather goes. Have you seen K-dramas? Do they
Girl,
look
I
like
live
they're
in
walking
Scotland.
around
Have you seen a
the
Scottish beach? We avoid those things like the plague apart from 2 weeks a year. The only sunshine we get. That's the only time you go to the beach.
No, I
None
don't.
of this grey, misty... Where you think you're in a romance movie with your long-lost pirate boyfriend out at sea and you're watching for his return on the stormy ocean. In the grey, cold, freezing... I'll listen to this sad song and... seriously, you're a writer for sure.
No, it's like the Oregon coastline. That's my most favorite place. If I had to choose a place to live in the world, it would be a cottage on a beach in an area that has like a lot of rain and storms, and
I
that's
live
me.
there every summer. Trust me, you don't want to. I went to stay with my auntie on the Isle of Skye, which is an island,
Yeah, but
in
Scotland's
a
way worse.
cottage on the west coast, which is literally like, no, it's not the west coast, the north coast, sorry, which is right on the sea, and see every storm, every rain, every wind battered that cottage to hell. You could taste the salt in the air.
Oh,
It was
I love
always freaking cold. You couldn't go outside when it was stormy, and you were always scared that one more wave was going to come wipe that cottage right off the cliffs.
See, that's my most favorite place.
Do you know how terrible it was to stay there? Like, there was nothing to do. Literally, I was a teenager. There was nothing to do. Count sheep. Go to the knitting club.
So, what is your most ideal place to live if you ever chose a place to live?
A cabin, a witchy cabin in the woods that has internet and home shopping. And a drive.
So you should be in Utah and I should be in Scotland. That's
I've
what we're
always
saying.
said I'm a secret witchy woodland type who likes modern conveniences.
And you don't want to come visit me in Utah, which is
No.
the woodland capital. Oh, you make
No,
me
in all
laugh.
seriousness, no. It's never been on my bucket list. The only part of America on my bucket list is New York City, and that's only because I set my entire career series. I've never really been interested. I know all these kids that grew up saying, "Oh, I want to go to America," which was a very normal British thing. Every teen kid wanted to go to America, but never me. I never ever wanted to go. I wanted to go to Greece and Rome. I wanted to see pyramids. I wanted to see
You can still do it.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like one day when I get my passport finally.
I know. Alrighty.
Okay. But yeah, We like this song. Louise is going to put it on her sobby, weird beach in the rain list like a weirdo
I am.
to cry her eyes out on a lonely South Korean beach in the near future.
I'll do a few Utah hikes and just stand on the edge of a cliff somewhere and listen to it. It sounds like a plan.
And I'll
It's a
listen
really
to it
good
when you
sentimental
listen
song.
to visit. And we'll catch you in the next video.
Bye. You did a good job, Leanie.
Please don't.
Hey, fan bears. So fluffy.
What
so
is
cute.
actually wrong with
ready?
you? You're
Dance
such a
dance.
freak.
System failure.
Lean, sarang hey.
Ew.